To unlock defence capabilities like autonomous vehicles and all things fifth generation, one factor is vital: a secure communications and data network. Protecting that network is where trusted alliance partners like Verizon have a crucial role to play.
They trust us with their business. One of the key points of differentiation for us has been the security offering that we provide in Australia. So when you think about the importance of protecting data, protecting networks, has been something that that we do well, and we take a lot of pride in doing that for the people of Australia.
And as 5G penetrates our lives and social order, cybersecurity in the national interest takes on a new level of strategic importance.
Now, I think it's open source information that when the Russians invaded Georgia, they preceded their physical invasion with attack in cyberspace. So they disrupted traffic lights, they disrupted communication systems, and they created chaos ahead of their invasion. So the reconnoitring of various systems is underway right now. And I think it's fair to say that the intellectual property norms have gone out the window, and those who leave open their intellectual property secrets are losing them in a contest as well. So this is a big challenge for Australia.
We've seen an increase in cyber threats and known cyber breaches on what we call industrial control systems. So they're the systems that might control city grid traffic monitoring and things of that nature. So that is an area that is increasing. Australia represents one of the most important cyber security markets for us internationally. We have one of 9 specialised cyber detection and response centres right here in Australia, serving Australian government and enterprise customers as well as global customers.
All over the world, the dark side of cyber works in covert partnerships, sharing sinister secrets to gain control of everything from supply chains to airports and personal information. On the other side, the alliance must collaborate with their trusted partners to keep up.
The partnership or the alliance between the United States and Australia is founded on decades of economic and shared economic and technology leadership. Certainly from a technology perspective, it's in the areas such as cybersecurity and technology innovation. And when you talk about big data and artificial intelligence and big data analytics, that really sits at the front of the innovation cycle for many organisations. So there's great advantage for Australia and the United States to share information, founded on that basis of trust that has been built over many decades between not just individual enterprises, but the governments of the two countries as well.
China is front and center for everybody right now, in particular, given what's happening with the coronavirus. And how do we really make sure that we're aware of the globe becoming a very small place? We've taken a pretty strong position in terms of networks. And we have chosen not to put Huawei into our networks. That's been an intentional and purposeful decision for us.
In July 2019, Australia made the same purposeful decision. In fact, Australia was the first of the Five Eyes partners, which includes the US, the UK, Canada and New Zealand, to rule against Huawei, banning the 5G provider from our network.
Chinese citizens and Chinese companies must follow directives from Chinese intelligence agencies. It is very black and white.
I was very proud of Australia's leadership on that issue. This is a contest over proliferation and standards, and I think Australia's position to put a stop to that was very sensible.
If we had allowed Huawei to participate in 5G, what threat would that have been to our 72 Joint Strike Fighters?
Indirectly, the Americans might choose at some point to withdraw access to some of the most highly classified functions of the Joint Strike Fighter. At the end of the day, it's their choice around some of those things. So that ability to operate in what the top secret space around some of these systems is done on agreement. The Five Eyes network of countries that describe that Anglo group, that's an incredibly rare level of cooperation in history, to have people share intelligence to that level. So to be in that group is a privilege.
Just this week, Britain has signalled that its government may also ban Huawei from its 5G build.
When we look at kind of allies in the cybersecurity defensive world, We're looking to see how is it that we line up with the same ideas, values, and interests, and then how does that help with ensuring that we can continue sharing information.
I think it's really important as we think about those decisions that we have good cross-communication around the world on some of these principles of making sure we're building networks not only for today but for the future, and that we're building them with security at the center.